Hi everyone, long time no see. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves driving. It's not that I want to be a racing driver, but I have an issue. As you can see from my engine temperature, fully up to spec, 93 degrees. Climate control set to the max, but I'm just getting freezing cold air through the vents. Not good in this winter weather. Fortunately I got air scarf, heated seats, so that'll keep me company. But I do want to fix it. Let's stick the diagnostics on and see what's going on. Okay, so diagnostics all in. Let's go through the menus, see if we can find what's going on. SLK 172, gasoline, right hand drive, 55 AMG. I'll do a manual scan because it's quicker. Right, let's find the climate air conditioning module, which I believe is down here somewhere. There you go. Right, let's see what it comes up with. Read fault code. There you go. Fault code 90A207, which basically says, it tells you what it says. The actuator motor for the left blend air flap has a malfunction. There's a mechanical fault. Right. That normally means the flap control motor or the mechanism. So let's do some more investigation. Right, so after a bit of diagnostics and investigation, the mechanism is behind the dash somewhere in there, where it's got the actuator motor and the blend flap control mechanism. To get to it, I believe you have to take the glove box out, so which is what I'm going to do. A couple of screws here at the top in the glove box, and under the footwell there's a panel which I've got to remove with some screws, and hopefully I'm going to take it all off and try and get to the motor and see what I find and what the next step is. Right, I'm almost there. So you can see I've got this bottom panel off, so you have to lift. First of all, you need to pull the carpet back. This is the part of the carpet. You need to pull this back from the footwell so it folds down. Then you've got to take a load of screws off. You can see they're torx 20 screws. You can see there's a couple of long ones. Those two long ones there actually come from under the glove box on each corner, and then those 6 other torx screws are basically from this panel. You'll see them anyway when you look down, plus 3 in the glove box there and there and there underneath. So once you've got to take that all off, you should be able to slide. You can see all the glove box has come out and the bottom panels come off. It doesn't have to be completely removed. I'm just going to remove that so I can get access to where I need to get to in a sec. Right, glove box out of the way, just left, as you said, sitting down, doesn't have to be fully removed. So from my research, that's the, you can see there, that's the actual stepper motor there with the 2 silver screws, torx T20 screws. That basically actuates the blend flaps. So I'm going to go ahead and take that motor off and see if what the issue is. It could be jammed. It could be jammed on the flap, so it may be a bit of lubrication. But let's see. A bit tight there. I don't know if I can get my long screwdriver because it's quite like an angle there. This box is in the way. So let's see if I can get a. May have to get a socket set with a torx T20 bit. I can't fit a screwdriver in there. But anyway, let's give it a go. Right, finally, that was a struggle to get these 2 torx T20 screws out of that stepper motor down there. Because of that angle, that box in the way, I removed the pollen filter just to get more access as well. But because there's any angle, the screwdriver wouldn't quite sit at the screws in there. So I had to use a slightly smaller screwdriver to put it at an angle, and I slowly unscrewed it, and there it is. So I've tested the motor, and it does move. Look, let me so if I adjust the temperature control, so it's actually a minimum at the moment. So if I adjust it to the max, you can see that motor turning. You see that? And then if I turn it back the other way, back to 0, back to minimal, it goes back the other way. So I'm happy that the stepper motor is fine. So I reckon that mechanism, you can see the, I don't know if you can see it, the splined, just about see it, the splined mechanism which adjusts the flaps. Probably that needs to loosen up with some lubrication. I might squirt some down there. That's all I can do, I'm afraid. I mean, I can't spin it by hand simply because it's quite tight, so maybe it is jammed up. So let's get some WD-40 on it. So went to Tool Station and got some of this silicon, WD-40 silicon, safe to use on plastics. I didn't want to use the normal WD-40 because they are just sort of rust protection and penetrating oil, so this is better. This is actually lubrication, you know, and it's better for the plastics as well. So let's give it a squirt and then let it do its business. Not even sure if this pollen filter is the correct one. I pulled it out the box down there whilst I was changing our motor and it came out like this. So I don't know, I need to look it up, see if this is the right filter, because it looks to be doubled up. I don't know, I'll find out later. Right, after a lot of swearing, it's taken me over an hour just to take that damn motor off, which I eventually did. I lubricated it, it's all back in now, car's on, and I'm getting warm air again. So happy with that, it's fixed it, even though it's taken me hell of a long time. Right, I've got to put all this back together now, so back in a sec. Right, so you can see I'm back in the house now. By the time I put everything back together and tidied up, it was all dark, so I thought I'd give you a quick update whilst I'm back in the house. So great news, it's working. So I get heat now when it's turned up to the max, and it will modulate as it did before, and it will also go cold when I turn it down. So that's good news for now. Is it a long-term fix? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I haven't driven the car for like 2 weeks maybe, and I think it doesn't like it when it's sitting around and everything gets seized up. That's the problem with these, you know, with cars these days. But hopefully that's fixed it. At least I know what to do next time if it happens again. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I hope you find this video useful. If you have the same problem, it can be a bit tricky to undo the screws, like I said. Get the right screwdrivers, and then you probably save a bit of time. And like myself, that spent over an hour just to get the damn motor off and back in again. So anyway, I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.